Hey guys, Szechuan Gaming here. Welcome to another episode of Pokemon Duel. Sorry I haven't made any videos in a while. I've just been really busy with work. But the Dragon and Fairy Gym Cup has arrived, and I've not had a great deal of time to play it, but I have played a small amount and managed to get to 34 wins. So one more win, and I finally get Dragonite. So I thought I would try and get that on video, hopefully, if I win the match. But I thought I'd just share what decks I've been using so far. At a couple of points, I've been in the top 100 in the gym. So there's kind of like two sort of styles of deck that seem to be working best in the Gym Cup, and you'll probably have come across them if you've played it at all. One is the sort of flyover decks, which is the one I've got here. And luckily for me, I've got two Rayquazas, which is incredible because I can keep the flyover theme of the deck and have gold moves. And the other one is the round deck, which again, I only have access to 4 Pokemon with round. In ideal conditions, I would have liked another, and I don't have the Max Revive plate, but Max Revive is very good to have with a round deck if you've got it, because if a Sylveon dies, you can just bring it straight back out the PC, and it stops all the damage being lowered. So anyway, I'll use the flyover deck first and try and get this win for the Dragonite and kind of show you how I use this deck. And then if I don't have any luck with that, I'll try it with the round deck and see if we have anything better with that. And I mean, I'm facing reasonably tough opponents in the gym now, facing a lot of round decks, which, by the way, guys, can be beaten. You just have to be really, really aggressive. And here's a good example of that. Although I do struggle when there's more Wigglytuffs than Sylveons, just on the basis that you can't use plates. So when I don't know if everyone's aware of this, but if Wigglytuff makes a move on the board anywhere, it doesn't even have to be an attack, you basically can't use any of your plates on your next turn. So it prevents people doing like the hurdle jump stuff. So, you know, guys, if you are struggling with people using Gabite against you with the double hurdle jump and all that, try and get yourself a Wigglytuff, or if you've got one, get that in there, because even running a couple of minions with round can be good, and the Wigglytuff thing stopping the hurdle jump is really good. Okay, so I could hurdle jump now, but yeah, I'm going to take the chance while I can actually. And I didn't look if they run long throw, but if they do, I'm on the back foot already. No, just double hurdle jump. Okay. And it's such a good plate, long throw. If you haven't used it or don't have it, oh man, it's really changed my game around at all. I've swapped it out in most decks with Gold Block, which at first I was a bit like, oh god, what am I going to do without Gold Block? But as it happens, not using Gold Block's fine when you've just got to be aware of it. You can't overextend quite as far because you know you can't bring someone all the way back. But getting early surrounds with a long throw plate is brilliant, and here's a classic example of it. You just bait them onto your goal point and then use the long throw to get the capture. And in this Gym Cup, when I've been doing it, it means I always have a 3 MP figure threatening their goal base straight away. And I've already got the other one covered, so I mean, we could even go for the flyover here. This has got 120 damage at the moment, which is same. I don't really want him to bring the other Wigglytuff on. I'm also a bit behind on time, so I can't mess about stalling too much. Right. I'm just going to move. And when I don't have a plan, guys, another thing that I do is I just stall by moving really quick along the back. But I'm not just doing it indefinitely. I'm trying to think at the same time what's going to be a reasonable attack to make. And it's going to be this one because we need to try and get confusion. Hey, and we got confusion. That's another way to try and beat these round X's status effects, particularly confusion, because it means on Sylveons they're always rolling 70s pretty much, and Wigglytuff is a variety, but it's not the move they usually want. He's going for the surround, but he's probably just going to take that. Yeah, that's a shame. But at least we don't lose our Vibrava, which I'm just going to drop back now. If he brings that to the goal point, I'll just re-block there. Yeah, the time advantage is getting a little bit better, so I will kind of have to move a bit quicker, I think. I don't want to move that there in case he gets the flyover. Really, I think I need to speed up my play. Gabite's not particularly good for speeding up your play because you actually have to cancel its ability. I think what we're going to do is just try and get gold on purple. Fly over, that's not... Oh, that's actually okay. No, I didn't even factor that in, to be honest. That was lucky, really, otherwise we'd have been surrounded. And now he's only got 3 Wigglytuffs, so he can't use plates, and he's on 120 and 70. I wonder... In fact, no, I think I'm going to deal with this. I was just wondering whether I should try and get the other capture point. Alright, we're in a bit of trouble now. I might just have to try and go for the win, actually. If I get fly over here, I can always go to the other goal point. Yeah, didn't really want that. So Rayquaza is asleep. He's probably just going to cover my other goal point, I would have thought. Goal point? Entry point. Right, so there's no really reason for me at the moment to be blocking his. And I need to kind of alleviate the situation down at mine. Come on, Shuppet. Shuppet's asleep. I don't see that too much of a problem at the minute. I'm going to bring this down here to try and get us around, although I'm sure he'll just move back to the entry point with the with the Wigglytuff. No, he didn't, but... Right, so this is a problem now on the basis that if I don't attack, I've lost when I move on the goal point. I can't use any plates, and if I roll fly over, I've lost. So this isn't looking good at all. We're just going to have to try and roll into his 70, 120 into 70. No, great, but we roll a miss. Thanks very much, game. It's RNG for you guys. Although I probably didn't play optimally that game. Right, tell you what we'll do. We'll jump on a round deck quick so we can try and get a quick win and see Dragonite. I don't really mind losing too much in the gym as well compared to league play because it just doesn't really matter. You can just spam games. The only problem is it's the 30 stamina per game is just crazy. And another thing, guys, a little tip for you is, unless you know you're going to win like 8 times in the gym or more, basically up to where the numbers go gold, there's really oh, Bugbot. This is kind of good, to be honest. At least we can get the Dragonite out of it. So unless you know you're going to get a string of like 8 wins, you may as well just collect your box after 2 wins. Now, for ages, I did not understand this at all. I was like, well, why wouldn't I just try and get 3? And the answer is basically because the 3rd win just gets you an ingot added to the figures you've already earned. And so in terms of value, the extra win isn't worth the stamina cost or time to just get the ingot, whereas you could collect and then use that, what would have been the 3rd win, as the 1st win of the next one, where you get a figure. Oh, awesome. Look at that. I don't know what I actually think about Dragonite. I've seen a lot of stuff online, people saying he's pretty underwhelming, and I think the reality is he probably is underwhelming. But if you look, yeah, so if we go on the prizes, I'll see what I'm talking about. So for 1 win, you earn a figure. For another win, you earn another figure. And then for a 3rd win, you don't earn another figure, you earn an ingot, which is rubbish compared to earning a figure. So it actually makes more sense to collect on 2, and the 3rd win that you would have got would now be the 1st win of the next run, where you earn a figure. So you're earning a figure per win every single time. That's the best way to do it. Now I know that might seem a little bit counterintuitive. I mean, obviously, if you know you're going to get past these silver boxes, yeah, it's going to start being worth it, because the figures you get are guaranteed to be rares and higher. But or I don't know, if you really want the trophy, go for that. But in terms of efficiency, you should just collect after 1 or 2 boxes. I don't really know if there's a difference between collecting at 1 and collecting at 2. I guess 2 is better for some reason. Probably some kind of drop rate thing, I don't know. That could be wrong. So, but definitely collecting after 1 or 2 is the way to go, and you just grind through collecting these rewards, which are really good, to be honest. And it's worth, I've got quite a few gems saved up. It's worth spending 10 gems to refill your stamina bar, but it is not worth 10 gems to continue your streak. So, because if I think about it, if I spend 10 gems to redo my stamina bar, I'm getting prizes in here like 30 gems at some point. I'm getting, EX figures, rare cubes and stuff. And at the same time, I'm getting, figures from these rewards every so often that, if you think about it, this single booster pack's 50 gems and you get a figure. Well, here, I might spend 10 gems to restock my thing, where I get 8 games, and I could get 4 figures out of that, if not more. So spending 10 gems on your stamina bar is totally fine. I mean, the only exception to that, I'd say, is if you're a brand new player and you just really don't have a lot of gems, and you need to get packs to get plates and things like that as well. And I wonder if you actually win plates in the gym. No, you don't. It's just figures in ingots. Right, so anyway, guys, thanks for watching. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up, and if you've got any questions, leave them down in the comments. If there's any other videos you'd like me to do, leave them down in the comments, and probably for the next video I'll just do more gym stuff with the round deck and see how high we can get on the rankings. I'll do some more league play at some point, which I'm sitting at around 2542 at the moment, which wasn't my highest, so I've dropped down a little bit. And where I'm actually sitting now, I've just fallen out of the top bracket. A few people have overtaken me, so I need to catch up to 2198 and bump it up. Ideally, I'd like to be sitting at around 600 or higher on the last day, so if people overtake me, I still end up falling in the top bracket. Yeah, cheers guys, see you in the next episode. Thanks for watching.